Hi everyone, my name's Keith Baily and I've been involved in working with people to improve their customer service for years. And I am really, really excited that you are listening to this video to hopefully get some information that will help you as you're working from home. All right, now, imagine that the person that you just saw, me, was the person that was answering the phone if you were a customer. You heard their voice. They're telling you they're really excited that you're here. Do you believe them? No, because my whole demeanor, which was reflected through my tone of voice, was telling you something else. So I was saying all the right words, but the way they were coming across showed a lack of sincerity. I didn't really care that you were here. So the energy is low. So today we're going to talk about how your tone of voice can really impact your customers to the point where they might even reflect back to you the personality that you're projecting. And obviously that's a personality of, I want to help, I want to do whatever I can. And when the person gets off the phone, even if they didn't get exactly what they wanted, they felt like they got great service. Now that's going to reduce your stress levels when you're on the phone, and it's going to make your customers, when they call back, feel even better, assuming they do call back at some point, because their perception would have been changed by their interaction with you. So every interaction that a customer has with an organization is called a moment of truth. And a moment of truth is when the customer has a lasting, memorable impression that's positive. Now, obviously, there are also negative moments of truth. So the way I was behaving at the very beginning of this video could be a negative moment of truth for a customer thinking, uh-oh, I don't really want to deal with this person. They don't sound very happy. And haven't you, as a customer, called in and spoken to a customer service rep and their tone of voice just told you, ooh, this is going to be difficult? In fact, I've even put the phone down and called back in the hopes of getting another person with a better attitude. All right, so when we think about tone of voice, let's think specifically about what it is, how it breaks down, and what you can do about it. So clearly it's not just the words. Obviously the words need to be the right words, and I'm sure you're all really good at that, but it's very easy for our tone of voice to slip. And when I talk about tone of voice, I'm talking about your inflection. That's the highs and lows in your voice. And I'm talking about volume. Are you speaking as if you mean it with power? When I started this video, my volume wasn't very high. And lastly, pacing. And pacing is really another word for mirroring. Are you mirroring the customer? And we'll talk more about each of these. So let's get started. So number one, inflection. If you're on the phone all day, which I know many of you are, your inflection can easily, without you realizing it, go from this to monotone. So maybe the first call of the day, you're saying, hi, welcome to Cenlar. I'm very happy to help you. How can I help you, etc., etc. Your voice is like that. As the day goes on, your voice could get, hi, welcome to Cenlar. How can I help you? And that monotone voice, where there aren't those highs and lows, conveys to the customer that you're bored or disinterested. Now, don't get me wrong. It doesn't mean that you are bored and disinterested, but it gives the impression that you are. And a big part of customer service, of course, is sort of trying to manage the perception of the people that you're dealing with, your clients. So think about inflection as the highs and lows. How many of you have read a story to a child, maybe your own child, and you want them to go to sleep? So when you want a child to go to sleep and you read them a story, what we usually do is we read it monotone. Now, if your child isn't tired, chances are if you read it monotone, they're going to say, Mom, Dad, hey, read it properly. And what they mean by reading it properly is they want you to do the voice of the dragon. Very hard to be a monotone dragon. And as soon as you put that tone of voice in and you up the highs and lows, the child gets interested in the story again. It's the same with customers. Monotone voice puts your customers to sleep, or paraphrasing, it might really be, makes them think that you're not interested. And more like this, more inflection, shows that you're interested, enthusiastic, excited even. Now be careful, don't overdo it. We've all had those phone calls where the phone rings, you pick up the phone and someone goes, "Hey, welcome to," and you know immediately that this is not someone that you want to listen to, and you probably hang up the phone. So inflection is number one. Number two is volume. So volume isn't so much that making sure that people can hear you, it's about energy. Now in that first part of the video where I was speaking like this, the volume was low. And that volume that was low gave you the impression that I wasn't excited. As soon as I bring my volume up, and I'm not talking about shouting, I'm just saying have a little bit more volume. Now at the same time, if a client is telling you something that went wrong, maybe they didn't get their mortgage statement, or maybe they made 2 payments by mistake and they're trying to get a refund, and they're telling you and they're sort of upset about the situation, their volume might be lower, in which case you want to lower your volume. So if I'm the customer and I'm saying something like, you know, I was really upset because I got 2 mortgage statements, I paid one, and then I paid the other one. And I realized when I did it, it was a mistake. You don't want to be going, "Hey, well, I can help you with that." No, you want to go, I'm so sorry that happened. Let's see how we can help you. So I'm going to bring my volume down. One more thing about volume. When customers are angry or upset, their volume usually goes up. So if their volume goes up, that's the one time you do not want to mirror them. Don't take your volume up as well, because you know what that leads to. It leads to one of those situations where things spiral out of control. So keep your volume low. I know it's hard, but keep your volume low. And what will happen is they'll come down to you. Number three is pacing. And specifically in pacing, I want to talk about intensity, matching your client's intensity. What does that mean? It means that depending on what it is that we're calling about, we might have a higher intensity or a lower intensity with our tone of voice. So if I'm calling in and I'm just calling in for an account balance or just want to know what the payoff amount would be, my intensity is probably going to be kind of normal. But if I'm calling in about something that's urgent, I might have higher intensity. Let's take this away from the mortgage business for a minute and just give you an example that really happened to me. I was in a restaurant. Remember those days when you could go to restaurants? All right, well, I was in a restaurant and my wife and I left the restaurant. And when I got home, I realized I'd left my wallet in the restaurant. So this is an emergency situation. It's my credit cards, my driver's license, you know, the whole Megillah. So I called the restaurant and I spoke to the person that answered the phone, presumably the maitre d'. And she said to me, "Yes, sir, how can I help you?" And I had high intensity. I said, "You know, I left my wallet there. I think I left it on the table. Blah, blah, blah. Can you see if it's there?" And she didn't match my intensity. What she said was, "Okay, what I'll do is I'll go talk to the manager. And then in the morning, we'll look." And her intent, I wanted her to match my intensity to let me know that she understood the urgency of the situation. I didn't want her to freak out. "Oh my God, that's terrible." No, just match the intensity. So I did get my wallet back, but I always remembered afterwards how if she had answered the phone and when I told her the situation, she had said, "You know, sir, right away, I'm going to go over there. I'm going to take a look and I'm going to handle it right away. Just stay on hold, please." Just that would have let me know that there was a connection that she had with me and there was rapport. So what we're talking about in all these skills, matching intensity and which is pacing, and the volume and the inflection, is about creating an impression that customers remember, so that the next time they call in, they probably won't talk to you. They'll probably talk to another agent, who knows? But their impression of the organization will be one where people understand, people care, people are polite, helpful, and responsive. All right, so try these techniques and good luck. Bye-bye.